Okay, so I've been in the Clash Royale community for quite a while, and when you've been in a community for a while, you'll start to realize a few things, like how most players are really toxic, how the community always loves to contradict itself, and of course, bad updates and boycotts. It feels like Clash Royale can't go a year without adding something controversial, and because of this controversy, boycotts are soon to follow, either as a response for a recent event, or when Clash Royale just straight up refuses to listen to the community. That is what usually starts a boycott. I mean, I saw a boycott over level 15 and evolutions, when Clash Royale added a second evolution slot, a massive lucky drop glitch, temporary ladders, the season shop getting removed, and of course the most recent boycott. And I'm probably forgetting far more either when I was playing or before, but most of the time these boycotts fail. The first reason is the Clash Royale community itself. If we go on Google Trends, we can see that Clash Royale only really got popular again by May 2025, with 2023 to early 2025 being a bit of a low point. Because of the small community back then, boycotts didn't really work as well. Now, I'm not trying to say that absolutely no one played the game in this time period, as the Clash Royale community was still pretty alive and active. Now, the second reason are the casual players. You see, most of Clash Royale's player base consists of casual players, basically the people who don't really follow with Clash Royale news. And these players will usually stick to the game no matter what updates get added, because to these people, Clash Royale is just that one game you play on your phone when you're in the toilet. This is why, despite 2023 having two horrible updates, the Google Trends graph shows that the number of players didn't really drop by a lot. So these are the main reasons why Clash Royale boycotts never really took off. A small player base and casual players. But in May of 2025, everything would change, as a new content creator hit the scene which practically removed both of these disadvantages. You see, with Jinxie starting to play Clash Royale, this made it so that both old and new players started playing the game, which means the player base problem of boycotts got fixed, and Jinxie playing the game would also solve the community problem by proving that Clash Royale was more than that one game you played on the toilet. He would do this by making tournaments and partnering up with pro players. Jinxie basically showed that Clash Royale was more than just a mobile game, and this ultimately made more people engaged, which ultimately led to more people in the community. So with Jinxie playing the game, he single-handedly fixed the player base problem and the community problem. This meant that the community was finally big enough to make a successful boycott, and successful would be a bit of an understatement. On November 10th, 2025, Clash Royale would drop a bombshell, and that bombshell would be in the form of level 16. Instantly with this announcement, the pushback was hard. And while we did later on find out that it wasn't as bad, it still doesn't change the fact that level 16 in itself is bad. Although that was just one of two bombshells, because the second bombshell was heroes. Heroes were extremely unnecessary, because unlike level 16 where you could kind of give an excuse on why it existed, heroes literally had no excuse outside of Supercell wanting more money. I mean, we only had a bit over 1/3 of the cards in the game that actually had an evolution. Not to mention the other stuff that got shafted with the introduction of heroes, like major card reworks, new cards, champions, and especially tower troops. With all of this stuff that could have been improved on, it just made adding heroes look like a waste. And the community's reaction speaks for itself. And that is not even counting other controversies that happened. So it's pretty obvious that they had to do something to fix Clash Royale's reputation, which was why on February 20th, 2026, Clash Royale would try to fix its reputation. Now, Clash Royale did actually fix some stuff with heroes back in late 2025, but this was clearly not enough, and the numbers reflected that, which was why on February 20th, 2026, Clash Royale would release a blog post. This blog post detailed some future plans they had. I won't go over everything here in full detail, but the basic summary is that progression is slightly easier now. Instead of a separate second evolution slot and hero slot, there's now a slot where you can pick between either an evolution and a hero, and finally we're getting brand new evolutions and cards later down the line. Now, this blog post didn't convince everyone that Clash Royale has changed their tune, but everyone can at least agree with the fact that this is a step in the right direction. But Clash Royale would actually do a bit more outside of this blog post. First of all, we would get two massive events, with one of these being a community event and the other one being an album event. Now, the community event wasn't really anything special. Clash Royale has already done similar events like this before, but the key difference between this community event is that the rewards are actually really good, and the same can be said for the album event. I feel like the main thing I really like about this event, it is the fact that this is the first completely original Clash Royale event we've had in a while, and that event came out over 2 years ago, so this event was a breath of fresh air. But another breath of fresh air was a brand new game mode, and this game mode is Chaos. Just like the album event, we haven't gotten a completely original game mode in a while. Now, this event isn't personally my cup of tea, as it's a bit too chaotic and random for it to feel fun. But I can at the very least see why people are having fun with this game mode. And this event sort of feels like if the 7x Elixir event was reborn again, which is probably also the reason why I don't like 7x Elixir. And that is not even to mention the secret badges you can get from the Chaos game mode, which yet again, it has been quite a while since the last time you could get a secret badge. And in my opinion, secrets like this make the game feel more exciting even though it practically means nothing. Now, I'm not trying to glaze Clash Royale and say that this update was the best update ever, as the game still has a bunch of problems, and this update only really addressed issues in the prior update. Plus, some of the changes in the update do feel a bit questionable, but even then, it hasn't been this exciting to play Clash Royale again. I remember back in 2023 and 2024, I got really hyped to see what new game modes Clash Royale would add, and I hope with this new Chaos game mode that the Clash team can see that game modes can really bring in a lot of hype. So, do I think the Clash team has fully redeemed themselves? Well, not quite. While I do think the Boycott did send a strong message to the Clash Royale team, I am not fully convinced until they can prove that they can make consistently good updates, as well as listening to the community like a certain other Supercell game. But overall, I'm pretty optimistic, and I hope these changes are more of a sign of what's to come, rather than it being an offshoot. But with that, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.